Yeah, well, I was thinking about solidarity again, that like one of the stories that I'm aware of as a South Asian is the Komagata Maru in 1914. It was an incident where a ship with South Asians came via Hong Kong to the Canadian border and or to the shores of BC, and they were denied entry because of policies, immigration policies that were in place at the time. And this group spent something like 6 or 8 weeks on this boat without being able to come on to shore. And solidarity that I heard about only from my own research was that Indigenous communities would canoe or row out to these ships and provide food to these travelers who were just essentially stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I just think about these stories don't get enough attention. And so in my mind, when I'm looking at things, I'm looking for solidarity because I feel like it's a human thing. You know, I know these times can feel divisive, especially all that, you know, especially the pandemic, you know, really kind of created some polarizing conversations and positions. And so really when I think about solidarity, that it's always us against the oppression. And how do we, whatever we're fighting for, how do we recognize our fights are the same on some level, you know?
Oh, Leena, so many things. I was going to first of all address, you know, the education piece of it, and you know, you've just educated me. I was not aware of that story of 1914, right? So I know of some stories after that. So that, thank you for that. I just want to say there's no time in Canada's history with the internet and social media where we can learn the truth very easily. And I would encourage anybody to go to credible sources, and Our Kids Network is one of them, for a curated site. But there are lots of places where you can go to really learn the truth and to do so, especially as young kids, you know. And when I grew up, I really didn't want to let my classmates know that I was Indigenous, because they would tell me, oh no, you're Métis, because I'm a product of my mom was a settler. And I'm like, who are you to tell me who I am? You know, it always became such a thing. And now I see my children proud of who they are as Indigenous people. You know, my son wears his ribbon shirts to special occasions. My daughter has a ribbon skirt. You know, they're proud of that. And I'm so pleased about that. And there's an openness in the school systems to learn more about that. So I think that's one of the things I want to say. And I want to go back a little bit about that solidarity and the connectedness. You know, we do land acknowledgements all the time. We being Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, it's become a very big part of what I do, is to help people understand what a land acknowledgement is about. And it is about acknowledging the land. And for whatever reason, being grateful for the Creator's gifts on that land, being grateful for you know, the birds, everything. But it is the land that connects us all. Because the lesson is that we're all connected as human beings, and it is by this land. And it goes back to, you know, truth and reconciliation, and that incumbency and that importance of working together to make Canada and the world a better place for all. So it's that connectedness, that interconnectedness, which is, you know, as you were talking about solidarity, we all have to come together and make this place a better place, because I'm not going anywhere, and I don't expect you to go anywhere or your children to go anywhere. We all have to make Canada and this world a better place because we're connected as humans, and we're connected to this earth and to this land, however you choose to look at it. So, you know, the time is now, the time is learned, and the time is to really understand not just the people of the land, but the land itself.